Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Rosero Network. I am Dan. I'm joined by Rich. Hi, Rich.
Hello.
Rich, we're playing some more Darksiders because the last couple of vids that we did like a month or two back, they went down a treat and everybody enjoyed them. So, we're doing two videos today. One now, one in about 3 hours at 8 p.m. local time. Basically looking at the new, not just the new, that's amazing, mate.
The new build.
See that? This is Force Fury.
Force Fury.
So we've now got the selection of both Force and Fire.
This environment is awfully familiar.
Yeah, so this is where we ended the last one, the last demo. Well, you played it.
I did.
And it ended here.
Yeah.
So we're picking it up like just slightly after it. And also the video that we put out later is a boss fight, Rich. Another boss fight.
Who is it this time? Or should we wait and find out?
You can wait and find out.
Okay.
Or I could just say it's Sloth.
Oh, okay.
Sure. But yeah, it's actually a really cool excuse me, a really cool one. But yeah, so we're flicking back and forth. We've got the I'll tell you what. Luckily, we're gonna put this up earlier on today. But we had some issues yesterday. Saving the footage, but the footage would have only been in 1080. Now it's in 4K, and not just that. My ability is significantly better today than it was yesterday. I feel like I got to grips with it today and really got into the flow.
Well, at this point, I didn't have access to these hollows at this point, so they've changed that then, I guess.
Maybe it's just for this demo.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not sure. Actually, no, because that wouldn't make sense, because there's bits in the environment, as you're about to see, that need Force Fury to get through.
I wonder if they sort of rejigged things a little bit then.
Yeah, you get the hammer as well.
Yeah, that hammer looks great.
So basically, your normal attack is the whip. And then your Y or your triangle attack is your basically what hollow you're using. So look at that, mate, skills. So the hammer is the Force Fury. But with the fire one, it's like two kind of like blades, basically, like mini daggers. And so that one's more agile than this. But obviously, this does more damage. I did find myself like flicking back and forth a little bit.
Right.
But honestly, I much prefer the fire. But that's not to say this isn't good. Like, I think it's personal preference.
Horses for courses.
Yeah, like I'm much like I like the rogue characters. I like nimble characters, nimble weapons, get in, get out kind of
Makes
thing.
sense.
But other people prefer to be like damage dealers. So yeah, like look at that, mate.
Nice.
Didn't even know. So yeah, like there's a couple of bits that I leave in now. So it tells a narrative basically of no spoilers, but where we are and building up to the boss fight. Which will be in the next video without us talking. So you can just enjoy the gameplay and the audio and the talking. This motherfucker was hard. Yeah, right. It's a little
sub
and
enemy,
I missed
regular enemy.
Missed them both.
Oh,
skills,
no.
mate. But like that's like your arcane attack when you time a dodge perfectly. And obviously you can put more ability points into like arcane. That was a lucky. See, I left this in because the camera can be a little bit unwieldy in tight environments. Like when you're back up against the wall, it's tricky. When you're fighting in caverns, it's tricky.
I noticed that when I played, actually, that the more claustrophobic environments, the camera struggled a little bit.
I feel like the camera's
got
better.
Stuck. Than
the last
That's
build.
good. That's good.
I don't know whether that's me getting better at the game and managing the enemies.
Could be.
Or whether that's that was close because he was chasing me. Or whether they've actually improved the engine. But obviously they've done a lot more. They've added Force Fury since the last build. It's still very Dark Soulsy. My echoes are there. Echoes.
Souls.
No, I think they're called.
I think they're just called souls.
In this.
Yeah, I think so.
Are they really?
Yeah.
I thought they were echoes.
What are echoes from?
I don't know. The dolphin?
No,
but they're from Summit. But yeah, basically your souls. Well, you basically kill things, get stuff.
Souls.
But yeah, I left this bit in as well because like there's a couple of like I want to say like almost like lieutenants.
Okay.
Like these are the standard grunts. A little bit stupid. But this guy on the left, you might just see him now underneath the Fury bar.
Oh, I see him,
he is protecting a stash. in there, and you have to fight him. Well, you can probably smash your way through, but this guy's pretty powerful.
He looks a bit scary.
Yeah, so he's a little bit like a lieutenant, and he does some sick damage.
Oh man,
so you can't get hit.
When you hit him, it doesn't really do much, does it?
Like, look at that. He's taken off half my health in 2 hits. So it's a lot about timing, like basically that, getting your big hit on it, and then you put him down, and it gives you time to heal or whatever. Because it's like Dark Souls, you have to pick the right moment to heal. Right, and then it knocks him down, and then you can do some other crazy shit. But yeah, like, I much preferred Fury Fire.
The Flame Hollow.
Is it
Flame Hollow?
Yeah.
Yes, there's Flame, Force Fury, and that's all they've announced so far. There's 2 more. I'm guessing one will probably be an ice one, and there'll be another one that's something else.
Yeah.
But yeah, she'll have 4 in the full game. But I remember you coming down having played this for the first time and saying, "This is the hardest thing I've ever played."
Yeah.
But you obviously, got into it after a while.
So it's probably a 40-minute demo.
Yeah.
Maybe 40 minutes if you're good.
Right.
So the second time through, it took me 40 minutes after we'd screwed up the capture.
Right.
Because once we, I say screwed up. Once the capture didn't save properly, I had to delete the game and reinstall it so that we had the vanilla save.
Yeah.
The Gunfire had prepared.
Mm-hmm.
This is like awkward. Like, I'll go back to what I was saying in a sec, but this is a good example of enemies having different attack patterns, and they don't wait for one another to attack you. They're just slamming you. And I found this really tricky. I died here a couple of times. You can see my souls floating around.
Yeah.
Both attempts on my first capture attempt and the second capture attempt struggled here quite a lot. Obviously, you can just run past.
Yeah.
And I think I got out just in time.
Probably inadvisable to run past though, right? You can get more if you persevere, can't you?
Yeah, obviously they give you drops and stuff, and then you can level up more. The more souls, echoes, whatever they're called, you get. So yeah, it is worth it. But it's it's like Dark Souls. You beat it once. Next time you through, you don't bother. Now the first time I played this, I got absolutely screwed over here, like instant death.
Really?
But this time, I did all right because there's loads of them, and there's some little critters like that who are just relentless. There's the big red dude there, and there's a couple more of them like coming up as well, and then they're relentless, just jumping, and then they don't wait for one another. They keep coming. So it's all about timing and like managing your spaces basically.
Did you see any instances where the Force Fury Hollow was used for sort of traversal or puzzles? Because I know the Flame Hollow you can sort of meteorite up to
the purple wall that I had to smash through to get the secret. I could only do that with the big mallet. The spider's webs with the Force Fury.
Yeah.
And there's other stuff as well. There's like it's not actually in this, but it's probably in the last video, where if you jump and then hold jump, you do like a spin in the air while you're on fire, so to get more height.
Yeah, we did that in the last demo. That's cool.
Can you remember what I was saying before?
You were saying about the tight spaces and
just
struggling with the camera.
It's really hard to manage.
Yeah.
And I did struggle, and I was like, it's the hardest game I've ever played.
Yeah.
But then I got into it, and like I blitzed through the demo. It took like 2.5 hours the first time around. Second time around, 40 minutes.
That's dedication, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, this is pretty cool. So this is like a mid-boss.
Okay.
And like I wasn't really like just ridiculous damage, and I wasn't really prepared for this. I haven't actually, in like 3 attempts, I haven't beaten this boss.
So I'm kind of keen to see more enemy variation. So I mostly see him insectoid in the demos we've seen so far. Yeah.
And then I died, but I didn't die. Like.
Oh, I see. Scripted.
Yeah, but you can beat them and carry on. So what I'm showing you now is like 2 kind of instances. I didn't beat him because I don't know where he goes to after that. But you end up here, and then you break your way out, and then you come in at a different point as if you'd beaten the boss.
Interesting.
So I would say arguably the easier point, and it gives you loads of like clumps as well.
Yeah.
Which is basically you break them down and you get loads of echo souls, whatever they're called.
Yeah.
Like there you go as well. Destroy the wall. So you can only do it with the hammer.
Okay, cool.
So you break into the other side of the train station there, which is like moments away from the boss. Whereas if you beat the boss, you come into this area,
right,
and it's pitch black, and it's quite tricky.
Yeah, it looks.
And like the lock on is a blessing here because I'm just tapping it to see who's around.
Yeah.
Like I went back and I changed the fire because you can see more.
Better lighting.
Yeah, better lighting. And I'm just tapping and I'm like, okay, there's one there, and then all of a sudden, Rich, I think one comes from behind me, destroying my life. And yeah, it's a really tricky game. But yeah, I was struggling first time around. And then I got to manage it a lot more.
Yeah.
And I got to know the abilities and the counters. Like we weren't talking about a minute ago when we were just fighting those dudes where I pulled him towards me.
Yeah.
And then finished him off. And then there's like uppercuts and then there's kind of
like aerial attacks.
Yeah. Aerial attacks. There's obviously the counters, but each counter, if you dodge and then counter, you using different weapons, different buttons, it has different attacks, different effects. And to end the video, right, Rich, we just got a little bit of leveling up stuff.
Hey, Volgrim.
Showing me preparing for the boss fight.
Okay.
Which is round the corner. So
to be continued, eh?
Yeah. But yeah, just like obviously these break down and you see
the
souls. They are called souls. You're right. I don't know what echoes is.
No.
So the souls, and then those souls I can then cash in. The luminous visage is great because that's an ability point and it levels you up instantly.
Oh, you're a much higher level than I was.
Yeah, so once you find them in the environment, it's great because then look, we can level up. So we're putting it in
that's
we
cool.
put one in strength and one in health, which is clever. And then obviously you can level up the traditional Souls way, Rich, which is feeding souls. But this is all preparation for the boss.
Right.
Because obviously I'd done the boss yesterday. I spent about an hour on the boss yesterday, struggled. Did it first time, second time through. But because of this, like, I made sure I had enough healing shards. I made sure I had enough like damage that I could deal. I was basically preparing for what's ahead.
Right.
And then I think I've got some more souls left over, so I feed it, and then obviously level up, and I spend my attribute points. But yeah, I mean, I'm really enjoying it. I'm really anticipating it now. I'm looking forward to November.
Yeah, November. Yeah.
But yeah,
it's looking really good.
That was Darksiders 3.
Darksiders
3. It's coming out in November.
27th.
Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for the boss fight because it's worth it. See you later, folks. Thanks for watching. Cheers. Bye.
Bye.